Servant Leader Profile by Tyler Service, Ottawa University. The servant leader example that I chose is my Lieutenant Michael Prendergast from the Chandler Police Department. Lieutenant Prendergast was a member of the Marine Corps and a corporal in E4. He was a police officer, a police sergeant, and is now currently a police lieutenant. From an early age, Lieutenant Prendergast chose to serve others by putting his country first as he enlisted in the Marine Corps. It is no small thing to join an armed forces knowing that any time you could be sent to war, risking your life for others. In law enforcement, we call this signing the blank check. This means that you sign up to give everything up to and including your life in the service of others. This is often a very thankless profession to enter. Michael, or Teddy as he prefers to be called, did just this, knowing he would be one of many, a small wheel in a large engine. He would not be a celebrity with fame and fortune, but with quiet humility he chose to serve anyway. In the Marines, Teddy would learn to lead with the safety of his fellow Marines in the forefront of his mind. As he built a brotherhood, he learned selfless service for those that he worked with. If he cared and led with humility and honor, he would expect the same in return. Humble leadership, listening to the concerns of others, would train him for future leadership in law enforcement. If Teddy told you something in confidence, he would expect it to remain in confidence, even if it would make him look better. This is humility in service. Teddy would join the Chandler Police Department for many of the same reasons that he enlisted into the Marines. His skills in listening, along with his commitment to others, would lead him to become a police sergeant. As sergeant, Teddy would take on the daunting task of reorganizing the Honor Guard. As an Honor Guard member, Teddy would be asked to interact with the families of the fallen officers. His military service and law enforcement service unfortunately gave him experience in losing friends that were like family. This would help him, as a member of the Honor Guard and a leader, to show empathy towards those that were grieving. His many years of leading by example have produced other great leaders in the organization. Using persuasion and foresight, Teddy took the almost defunct Honor Guard and turned it around to become one of the most sought-after Honor Guards in the state of Arizona. This took persuasion in getting the funds and manpower to rebuild it, and it took foresight to see what the team could be. While reorganizing the team, Teddy would quietly lead from out of sight. He never sought the recognition, but would give it to those that he appointed to help rebuild. The ability to look at a problem or an organization from a conceptualizing perspective means that one must think beyond the day-to-day realities. At the same time, a leader must not neglect the daily operations. Servant leaders are called to seek a delicate balance between conceptual thinking and the day-to-day operational approach. Just dreaming of a better organization is not enough, but being able to conceptualize the long-term outcome is a trait of a successful servant leader. The jump from sergeant to lieutenant was a natural move to make, but as most level 5 leaders experience, their quiet humility does not always get the attention of those in charge. This can lead to being overlooked at first, even though they are clearly the right person for the job. So what is a level 5 leader? Level 5 leaders are often committed to the implementation of processes, empowering managers to make important decisions, creating leadership academies, and sponsoring personnel for external management and leadership training. That help ensures the identification and preparation of the next leaders. The characteristic tendency of level 5 leaders to maintain low profiles may keep them out of the national limelight. The great irony is that the animus and personal ambition that often drives people to positions of power stands at odds with the humility required for a level 5 leader. When you combine that irony with the fact that boards of directors frequently operate under the false belief that they need to hire a larger-than-life, egocentric leader to make an organization great, you can quickly see why level 5 leaders rarely appear at the top of our institutions. Servant leaders believe that people have an intrinsic value beyond their tangible contributions as workers. As such, the servant leader is deeply committed to the growth of each and every individual within his or her organization. The servant leader recognizes the tremendous responsibility to do everything in his or her power to nurture the personal and professional growth of employees and colleagues. In the 4 years that I have worked under Lieutenant Prendergast in the Honor Guard, he has given me every opportunity to excel as he encouraged me every step of the way. He has seen leadership potential in me even when I have not seen it myself. Servant leadership, like stewardship, assumes first and foremost a commitment to serving the needs of others. It also emphasizes the use of openness and persuasion rather than control. In conclusion, if I could sum up Lieutenant Prendergast's servant leadership style, it would be with this quote: "Leaders do not attain outcomes themselves, rather influence outcomes through other people."